Greetings, Rink Rats, and hope you're well and hope you had a restful and warm Thanksgiving holiday and welcome to December. It's been cold outside wherever you are, whether you're in the Chicagoland area or elsewhere around the country. It's chilly. It's wintertime. But the Hawks were cooking on Sunday night with a 5-3 win against the Anaheim Ducks, and what a rivalry that is going to begin to be or is already. Two young teams going at it. At any rate, we're back. Sean's here. Jimmy's here. We're going to talk about the 4-game West Coast trip that the Hawks begin tonight in Las Vegas against the Vegas Golden Knights, against Carter Hart and the Vegas Golden Knights. Very interesting stuff. Anyway, I'm Andy Campbell. You guys know Sean and Jimmy. How are you guys? How are you, Jimmy?
I'm doing well. I think I'm reaching that age where things hurt if I don't stretch because I've been doing a lot of show snuggling and my back freaking hurts. I've had a heating pad all day. I've been trying to stretch. It's been rough. Yeah. So I'm getting up there, guys. I'm starting to join the club.
There it is. So, folks, if you see Jimmy wince, it is not anything that you've commented on or that we've said. His back is just ailing right now. What about you, Shawnee?
Oh, my back always hurts, so that's not shoveling the snow or anything like that. That doesn't matter, you know. I had the handy dandy snowblower out on Saturday night for an hour and a half.
Yeah, it's real.
I did attend my first Blackhawks game of the season. Friday night, lost to Nashville, which boo. I did acquire. My wife and I acquired Connor Bedard black jerseys. I would be wearing it right now, but it's a little chilly, so. Not wearing that, but I am wearing my new hat with Chicago upside down.
It's backwards and upside down.
Backwards and upside down, and there's a Hawks logo on there from American Needle. So
cool.
Add that to the collection.
Why is it backwards and upside down?
I don't know, but I like it looked. So maybe the Blackhawks were in distress when the hat was made. They were on a 5-game losing streak until Sunday.
Well, it's sty, as teenagers would say. So pretty well done, Sean.
Pretty sty. My aura is,
yes, aura.
Good.
Aura is everything. Yeah. Speaking of aura, after a 4-point night, how much aura does Connor Bedard have? Bringing the Hawks back, down 3-0. They come storming back, 4-point night. Guys, is he on the Olympic team? I say yes. I'm done with this debate. They're taking him. Right, Jimmy?
They're taking him or they're stupid. I mean, that's it. It's either like the dumbest possible decision or you take the obviously good player. And I mean, with a smaller ice rink, apparently,
that may not be built on time.
It might not be built on time. Maybe you actually will have pond hockey. So it'd be perfect for him, according to a couple people. Like he gets to play some pond hockey on the Olympics. So more power to him. But yeah, I mean, I love Tom Wilson. He's having a great year this year. Like he's projected for like 90 points. But there's so many guys in the bottom 6 of the like projected roster. I'm not taking them over Bedard. I'm sorry. I'm not taking Sam Bennett.
No, I wouldn't take
a lot of guys.
Yeah.
So yeah.
Konecny, they're saying he won't make it. Like Bedard and Celebrini should be on this team. They're top 5 in scoring in the NHL right now.
Top 3.
Yeah. How are if Canada doesn't take him? It's like what Andy said in a prior podcast. It'll be the biggest mistake Team Canada's made since not taking a young Sidney Crosby.
Yep. Yeah.
Especially if they don't get gold. Like if they don't get gold, everyone's going to say like, "What were you thinking with?"
I don't think they're going to get gold if they don't win gold. I don't think it's going to be because of their forward group. I definitely think it's going to be because of their netminders. But that's just me.
Well, one guy that's really helpful, an Austrian that the Blackhawks have, Burakovsky. I mean, how much of an impact is that guy coming back to the lineup? He had a point against Anaheim. He's fantastic. Now, I mean, look where they were without him.
Yeah.
I mean, we've talked about how valuable he has been, but Jimmy, I mean, Burakovsky, I'll say, is one of my favorite players on the Blackhawks as of this moment. Are you catching my frisbee on that one?
I'm catching your frisbee, man. I mean, with what feels like very stable lines, having him out of that first line all of 2 weeks has been, felt, and Blashill for the time that Burakovsky was not in the lineup was trying anything and everything to get some of his impact back in the first line, whether it was putting Alfred Moore, Bertuzzi, up there, taking Green out of there and then putting him back at times. You could definitely tell, for about 3-4 games, you just couldn't recreate his impact.
Yeah. And Sean, you've always talked about those zone entries that he has. I mean, he brings a lot of thunder. I mean, he's not. Well, I'd say he's not. Actually, he is pretty big. He's 6'3", 203 pounds. He's a big boy.
Guy.
That's a big dude.
He's got skill too. Like the pass that were two defensemen went to Burakovsky and he hit Bedard with the pass while he was leaving the zone that set up the 2-on-1.
Yeah.
For the Ryan Green goal. Like that was a great pass by Burakovsky along the boards. And he waited till the last possible second to get it to Bedard, who had his steam, and those two defensemen converged on him. That's a level of skill that he brings to, in addition to being just a big guy.
Yeah. And speaking of Ryan Green, I mean, I'm sorry, go ahead.
No. And I was going to say, and Blashill had said throughout the year that he likes to keep two guys together. He likes to pair two guys together. And Bedard and Burakovsky have been the two guys that he's stapled together the entire year.
Yeah.
And it's worked out. You could tell when Burakovsky's there, Bedard's just got more to his game that day.
Yeah. I mean, and then Ryan Green has been a regular fixture.
Yep.
On that line, which I'm actually a little surprised about. I was hopeful for Ryan Green. And, I'm a big Ryan Green supporter. I didn't think he'd be doing this well this early.
Yeah.
And we did talk about his finishing touch is something that he's obviously going to need to work on, but
he has his big goals in back-to-back games now.
Yeah. But I mean, here he is on Bedard's flank and he's doing okay. He's doing really well, Jimmy. I mean, obviously this isn't the long-term role for him. Probably not, but do you see this sticking for the remainder of the year?
It's his until he loses it, in my opinion. It's always a benefit when you can look at a guy that you go, oh, long-term, you're probably third-line center, maybe second-line center if things go really well. But if injuries happen, I need to move this lineup around. I know you could play out there with Connor Bedard. And that's something that Blashill, or if there's a coach after Blashill, that guy can look at, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 years down the road if these guys are still here and be like, hey, this Ryan Green guy, if something happens, if I need someone on that first line, if someone gets injured, I can call. If like Frondell gets injured, Nestrasil gets injured, some guy that's usually on the first line when he gets injured, I can look at Green like, hey, I need you up there for a little bit. I'm like you, Andy. I don't think this is a long-term thing. I think Ryan Green is too good at the center dot to stay on the wing, even if it's a first-line winger. But it's such a benefit to look at a guy like, hey, I could put you up here if things go south, or if I'm in the playoffs and I need to shake up the lineup and see what happens. I know you can compete with first-line opponents.
Yeah, well, I mean, the best thing he did was going back for that third year at BU.
Oh yeah,
he played in every situation his last 2 years at BU. Every situation he played in, and you're seeing the dividends on that. Sean, you were going to say something.
I think Bedard trusts him. Like on that 2-on-1 break, Bedard had every opportunity to shoot that puck. Everyone thought he was going to shoot that puck. He didn't even look at Green when he made that pass.
Yeah,
and so I think that's I think I can't remember who it was. Who's the Leafs Twitter guy, like the Leaf Blackburn.
Who's the Leaf?
Blackburn. He's the Bruins guy. I'm sorry. Yeah. And he tweeted out, it's really fun when Bedard has guys that bury the puck.
Yes.
Like when Bedard can feed them the pass and they can bury the puck. And that's what Ryan Green did on that play. And I think because he did that, like Bedard trusts him. Like I think if it was like years ago, Philip Kurashev or some other forward of some ilk, I don't think he would have fed him that pass. I think he takes the shot.
Yeah. And you know who has points in back-to-back games right now?
Who?
Frank Nazar.
Ooh, heating up.
Yeah, let's go, kids. Let's go. Yeah, hopefully he's feeling a little bit better. I thought that Bertuzzi goal was his. I think everyone did. And I mean, he has not scored since October 28th.
No.
But I'm really hoping the Blackhawks are playing Carter Hart, who has not played an NHL game in some time for reasons.
Off the ice, legal
reasons. Yeah, legal reasons. He's now cleared by the NHL and he's playing. But it's his first game in some time. So come on, Hawks, have a big first period.
Yeah,
fire that puck from everywhere. Fire it from everywhere. And I'm going. I'll go predictions. I'm going Frank Nazar goal. I think he's going to get one. He's due. It's been a while. He's been more around the puck the last few games. They're playing a really good team tonight, but with a goaltender who might have a lot of rust. I hope he has a lot of rust. And let's get it done. Cool. Speaking of goaltenders who have not played in some time, the Blackhawks have activated, or I guess you could say reactivated, though he's never been active in the red, white, and black ever in Chicago, Laurent Brossoit. Now, he was signed in the summer of 2024. Is that right? Or was he acquired via trade? I can't even remember.
No, he was signed to a 2-year contract.
2-year contract, summer of 2024.
Yep.
He's been out of the picture for so long. Everyone kind of forgot about him, wrote him off. He's been dealing with this knee injury, and he has not played in a hockey game since he was on the Winnipeg Jets.
In the playoffs.
In the playoffs, yeah. But he, to his credit, I mean, he's 32 years old right now. He played 20 games as a starter for the Winnipeg Jets in the 23-24 season, and he had a .927 save percentage. I mean, they acquired him for a reason. They thought that, he was really going to help out Peter Mrazek at the time. Yeah, I mean, we're talking about Peter Mrazek. I mean, this is a while ago.
Yeah.
This guy has played.
Mrazek's been on other teams since then.
Yeah, it's been many moons since we've seen Laurent Brossoit. So he is going down to Rockford on a conditioning assignment. Jimmy, being the Rockford guy that you are, does he start in Rockford's next game? Is that game tomorrow night? When is that?
No.
Let me double check.
I'm gonna actually interject here. I've read the reports that he's gonna start Friday and Saturday. He's gonna get some practices in with Rockford before he starts their next Friday or Saturday.
Got it. And we were going over the rules in our DM chat. There are rules when you activate a player as far as a rehab assignment and how long they can be down there. Is it 10 days?
It's 14 days. 14 days on an AHL conditioning assignment.
And does that start when he begins practice?
That I'm not sure of. I
believe it starts when it's declared, and it was declared today.
Okay.
Oh, okay. So they have 14 days to keep him in Rockford, or what?
Well, so he'll probably play in Rockford, and then they have to move him back to the NHL. Like he has to come up. He has to come up to the NHL roster.
So can you have 3 goalies on your roster and just keep one of them in the stands, or does one need to go down?
I think Brossoit needs to be traded.
Well, I mean, that's pie in the sky, but without an NHL start in 2 years, what are the Hawks going to do about that?
I mean,
what can they get for him right now? So there are going to be desperate teams. Do you even dare bring him up and give him a couple NHL games to try to showcase him before moving him? Is that even a possibility?
I think his showcase is Rockford.
Yes.
I think that is why you sent him down a conditioning stint. I think you're telling every team, hey, you got 2 weeks to give us a good offer. I'm looking at 2 teams in particular that if I go to an Ice Hawks game to cover it, I'm probably going to see scouts of them, and I'll try to report. I'm thinking Edmonton and Detroit. I mean, with Edmonton, I think they're done.
Sorry, I'm going to interject again one more time, Jim. I'm sorry. I keep doing this to Jimmy. The Hawks have actually given him permission to seek a trade already.
Oh,
They've
okay.
given him permission, so.
That's good. That's good. I like doing that. I like being a players team. But yeah, I definitely think Edmonton and Detroit are calling on this. I think especially Edmonton, Stuart Skinner and Calvin Pickard are just not working, especially Skinner. It's very clear, especially when talking to media, Stuart Skinner seems to just be done with Edmonton. I think everyone
I would
be. I think everyone in that situation is going, this guy needs a fresh start.
Yep.
He probably needs to go somewhere else. And then Detroit
is up 3-0 in the second period against Boston right now. But
is it safe to say that the Cam Talbot and who am I thinking they traded for him?
The Josh Gibson.
Josh Gibson. Is it safe to say that experiment is not going well? Especially
it's not working out. It's not working out right.
Really not.
John Gibson. I'm sorry, John Gibson.
No, it's not. They need goaltending help. I guess the thing that I'm not worried about it because I mean the Hawks do have a limited window to move him. And I wonder if teams will say, like, look, we're not going to give you much for a guy who hasn't played in 2 years. So here's a 6th round pick at best, or here's future considerations. We don't know how well his knee will hold up. I mean, they're that desperate where the return actually won't be great. I didn't realize that they literally have 14 days to trade him.
Yep.
Because they can't keep him in Rockford unless he would need to clear waivers, and then they're just giving him away.
Right. The only sticking
it's a
point.
$3.3 million cap hit.
Exactly.
Right.
The $3.3 million cap hit for this
They can
season.
absorb some cash there. They certainly
They can retain, but from what I've read right before we jumped on, they don't want to retain anything on it. So that's probably going to lower the return.
Yeah, well, I don't know. I guess if someone throws you a
fifth rounder,
if someone throws you a better pick and you are able to retain, you might want to still do that.
Or maybe, I wonder if
he comes off the books no matter. Well, but he comes off the books no matter what this spring. Is that correct?
Yeah, he was only signed.
So even if you retain a little bit, but you get a better bargaining chip, a better draft pick to trade, to add to your stockpile of picks coming up.
Yeah,
I think
then I would retain.
I think what you could do is you can try to make the pick conditional. You could say like, hey, we'll trade him for a 7th, but if he gets you 20 starts, it becomes a 5th. Or it's a conditional 7th. If he gets 10 starts, it goes to a 6th. If he gets 20, it gets to a 5th. I think that works out for everyone because if you're a team looking for a goalie, Laurent Brossoit has, if talking 2 weeks from now, he's gone through his conditioning stint. He looks okay. He looks like he can play. At the very least, you're going, okay, I have a guy that 2 years ago had a .927 save percentage in 20 games. He's been here, done that before. Even Edmonton, he's been in Edmonton before.
He's been in Vegas before.
He's been in Vegas. He's been everywhere. So he's like the prototypical backup that you don't need to give a lot of starts. I think especially for Edmonton, it's very intriguing. And I know there's a lot of rumors going around about Binnington to Edmonton. I don't know how that trade will work out because
they'd have to. Sorry, Jimmy.
I was going to say, if you think Brossoit's cap hit is pretty bad, Binnington I think is worse. Like, let me double check here.
And I know Skinner's cap hit is $4.5 million, and I know when I checked earlier today on Puckpedia, Edmonton currently has -$2 million, or they're in the red on their cap, and their projected space is to be like $150,000. So Edmonton would have to trade something of that. They'd have to move somebody off their cap to take on Brossoit or Binnington.
Yeah, Binnington is 2 more years at $6 million.
Yeah, they can't do that.
They can't take that.
They just can't do it. Yeah. There's no way.
Yeah, unless they launder him through a third team or something like that. Or even if they traded Skinner.
There's ways to get creative. I don't know if Stan Bowman, I guess, if you're Edmonton and you're looking at Brossoit, how can you just give that guy the crease after he's been out for 2 years?
Yeah.
I just think that's really, I don't know. I think Brossoit would probably be more of an insurance policy than a starter at this point. I don't know. Who's to know? Who's to know how well he'll look in Rockford? He'll probably need to play a couple games in Rockford before anyone makes a move for him.
Yeah.
And the Blackhawks have to play him. They'll have to.
Yeah, they have. Yeah.
Or at this point, is Kyle Davidson, he might just be saying, look, this is house money. We thought this was a guy that would never be around. We'll take whatever anyone gives for him. And we'll just say, if he goes on and does well somewhere else, great. Yeah. But he just hasn't been part of the plans for a while because he hasn't been healthy.
Nope. The knee injury, and he had hip surgery too. That's the knee.
And he's 31 or 32.
Yeah, he's 32, I believe. So I'd say whatever you can get for him, you get it. The Hawks don't have to worry about taking money back because they're $10 million over the floor. They're like $80 million, and the floor is $70. So even if you lose this 3.3, you're still not in any danger of going below the salary cap floor. Yeah. And just take a lottery for him.
I'm fairly certain that Kyle Davidson would take a trade of Laurent Brossoit, 100% of his cap off the books for future considerations. And I wouldn't blame him.
No, that's fine.
Yeah, I'll take that.
Yeah, that's fine. That's fine. I don't know how you document future considerations. Is that like when you call the GM 2 years later, go, hey, man, we did this for you? Remember, it's right here, the asterisk. Is that how that works?
Yeah. Well, did the Hawks ever get anything from who did they trade to? Marcus Kruger, they traded from future considerations to Vegas.
Right.
Remember that?
Right. You said we'd be cool if you did this. So help us out. Like, I don't.
Is it just like Davidson goes to a bar in Detroit or Edmonton and somebody slides a beer down to him? We're good. There's a consideration.
Honestly, like take like a 2028 5th round pick.
Yeah.
Or something.
I would even take, if Brossoit plays 20 games, they swap like 4th-round picks. Like you swap the picks or something like that.
I don't know. There's gonna have to be a really desperate team out there to give up anything.
Stan Bowman on line 1.
Sam Bowman is the most desperate GM probably out there right now.
They got pounded by, was it Dallas last week? 8-3 at home.
They were the only team playing that night too, so everyone saw it.
Yeah.
Oh, that's awesome.
Their bottom
Tuesday night, I remember.
Terrible.
They are the only game on NHL schedule that entire day. So everyone in hockey, that was the only game to watch, and they got bulldozed by Dallas.
Yeah,
they're a very tired, disappointed hockey team. I mean, when you have back-to-back late cup runs and you get beat up throughout, and you have nothing to show for it, it's a sad group.
In the bottom 6.
Nothing. I'd be very sad to be playing in Edmonton right now. I'd be sad. It's just a sad time.
And listen, if you're Kyle Davidson, you're going to these next 2 weeks and going, please get worse. Please get worse. Please make them.
Oh, you want them to get run out of every single rink possible.
Not just them. You want Stuart Skinner run out of town. You want him booed off.
I mean, I think we're there with him. I mean,
I think he'll be dealt like if they trade for Brossoit.
Yeah.
They'll deal Skinner in a separate trade. I think
in 40 minutes they play the Minnesota Wild, and that's not who you want to play right now.
No. God. Who's starting for
probably the best boy in the league right now, going up against the worst.
Yeah. I mean, right. Good luck scoring goals against the Wild.
Gustafsson is a brick wall, and Wallstead won again. Did he win again last night?
Yeah.
I don't know, but
Monday. I think it was Sunday night he won, or Monday night he won. He's just on a heater.
Yeah. So the Bruins have now made it 3-1. We need the Bruins to go on a huge comeback tonight, and it be the goaltender's fault in Detroit. we are actively rooting against goals for against the Edmonton Oilers and the Detroit Red Wings. Yeah. So, but anyway, the return of Laura.
Goaltender podcast right now.
Where's Gate when you need him?
When you need him right now. Gate's probably the one person watching, and all of a sudden he's just going to show up on the screen in 2 seconds, be like, "Hey, I heard my name."
Yeah. Hey, we're talking
goaltenders.
Yeah. So hey, we're going to take 5 and move on to. We're going to take 30 seconds here while we wait for Gate. And a note from our sponsor, 500level.com. Use code the Rink 26 for 30% off. And also, if you have a hot take tonight on tonight's Blackhawk game, we're all ears right now, and that could win you a free T-shirt. But quick advertising post from 500level.com, and we'll be back with the rest of our show. And Gate, you got 30 seconds to jump on.
500level.com. 500 Levels one-of-a-kind graphic t-shirts immortalize the legends of the game. Our officially licensed designs invoke memories of the most iconic athletes. MLB, NBA, NHL, and NFL players, WNBA, and NWSL, plus WWE and UFC. Sign up today and get 10% off your first purchase. Plus, free shipping on orders over $100. 500 Level. Live like a legend.
Do it, folks. Live like a legend. Pretty sweet shirts, those 500 level shirts. We all got them. They're nice.
My wife loves them.
Yeah, they're pretty sweet. All right, let's talk about the D for a minute here. Okay, so Jimmy, you and I were DMing, and Sean, you and I have talked about this at nauseum too, is that eventually the Blackhawks are going to have to make some changes. Most of that we've been talking about is regarding upfront and regarding their forward prospects. Nestrel and UMass is doing so well. Sacha Boisvert, he might be coming. You've got Frondell coming. You've got Kanserov coming at some point. Eventually, Lardis is almost ready to be up there.
Yeah.
I mean, Lardis is one injury away from being a Blackhawk, maybe permanently. He might be Wally Pipped. But the one defenseman who's doing really well in Rockford, and it might be time to give him an audition, and maybe it's the West Coast trip that makes that decision for the Blackhawks, is Kevin Korchinski. Kevin Korchinski has a goal and 13 dimes in Rockford so far this season and is playing really, really well. The reason that I'm bringing this up, folks, is that right now the Blackhawks blue line is not going to look like this, and it seems like the right side of the Blackhawks blue line, the youngsters, will stick. The left side of the blue line, while 2 of those will stick, they might be in different roles. And where we're going with this is right now, the Blackhawks are playing on the left side. They are playing Alex Vlasic, who's been decent this year. They've been playing Wyatt Kaiser, who's been excellent. And they've been playing Matt Grzelcyk, who has also been excellent. But these are 3 defensive defensemen, folks. None of these guys is a number 1 left side defenseman as a left-handed shot. They don't have that guy right now. They might have that guy in Kevin Korchinski, but they need a puck possession, puck moving, offensive-minded defenseman to be that number 1 guy. And I'm sorry, but it's none of these guys. It's just not. Where are you guys with this? Where do you see this going? Obviously, Matt Grzelcyk is probably a one and done. Your thoughts? Let's go to Sean and then Jimmy, because I keep going to Jimmy first, and I feel bad for Sean.
It's okay. I understand. I'm always look, and there are no points for second place.
T-gun. All right.
That's correct. So I think Kyle Davidson wants Kevin Korchinski to be this answer. I think he needs him to be this answer, but I don't think he's going to force it because the Hawks still have 2 first-round picks next year, and I know they're probably keeping an eye out on the left-handed puck-moving defenseman. I believe, is it Brandon Lynn? I believe is one of the top prospects in this upcoming draft. Maybe I made that up.
Yeah.
Thought I saw that name earlier. But I know this is an issue that Kyle Davidson is probably losing sleep over, and hopefully Kevin Korchinski will be that guy. If he's not, then I think they're going to address it in this upcoming draft. I don't think there's any way around it. With one of their 2 first-round picks, they're going to try to take another swing at it with a first-round pick and hope that works out. Because as I've written before, NHL free agency is essentially dead. No big stars move teams. If you want to make a trade, I know the Devils, I believe, had a lot of right-handed shot defenseman that they need to move, but they don't have a left-handed puck-moving defenseman that they're willing to move. So it's either Korchinski's the answer, or I think they invest in the draft again in another defenseman.
Can they wait that long, though, Sean? I mean, defensemen take a long time to develop, and if they have like a mid-round first-round pick, is that pick, that left-handed D, going to be slotted in and be the difference maker there?
I wonder.
I mean, that just seems a little late.
It does, but Kyle Davidson has a plan where he's going to draft and develop. I understand that waiting on this might not be what everybody wants him to do, but I haven't seen him deviate from the plan yet. So I don't know if that's on the horizon. Obviously, if a trade comes up and somebody who fits the mold of what they're looking for and they could acquire him, great. But I don't think Davidson is actively going to pursue that in free agency. And the trade, I think, would only have to be after Korchinski, they've written him off completely. And I don't think they have, despite what a lot of people say. I think Korchinski is still the guy they eye to be that position.
Okay, Jimmy, what do you think?
I'm inclined to believe what Sean believes. I've been paying a lot of attention to Rockford. Korchinski is obviously taken another step this year that I think a lot of people expected. I think I'm personally kind of shocked that he hasn't even been given a little cup of coffee, but I think it's also just because Rockford's struggling so much. They just need stability, and Korchinski just provides that. In terms of anywhere else, I also agree with Sean. I don't see this team moving draft picks especially first-round picks, to get a left-handed defenseman, especially with what I'm seeing in this draft class. Carson Carroll's out of Prince George. He's 26 points in 25 games. As a left-handed defenseman, he's 6'2". He's doing really well. Another guy, Xavier Villeneuve, I think it's how you say it, Villeneuve. I don't know how you say his name. 30 points in 25 games in the QMJHL. Another left-handed defenseman. He's a string bean, though. He's 5'11", 157. But other than that, you got Albert Smith and guy I really like, probably late in the first round, Malte Gustafsson. There's a lot of left-handed defensemen out there in this draft that you can really point a finger at, be good. Another guy from the SHL, William Hackinson, another late first. I think the Blackhawks are more inclined to believe that they can continue to develop from within and get guys from within. And looking at upcoming free agents and draft targets, I don't see guys that really move the needle when it comes to left-handed defensemen in this upcoming unrestricted free agent class. I'll just let me see.
I mean, I'm not like we talked about the free agent thing.
And
You can't count on it via free agency. I guess I'm wondering if via trade there might be some possibilities that you can explore. I mean, where the Blackhawks are right now, they're very close. They're not there yet, but they're close to being competitors. I mean, they are. We've talked about it before, even before Sean froze moments ago. We talked about how next year the expectation is playoffs. Maybe it will happen this year, maybe not. I mean, they went 5-0-1 over 6 games, and then they went 0-4-1 over 5 games before winning on Sunday night. I mean, they're kind of all over the place right now. But I think the biggest issue right now, or not the biggest issue, but an issue right now, is that Wyatt Kaiser and Alex Vlasic a lot of times are logging 19, 20 minutes a game. And over the last 5 games, both of them are -4, and they're defensive defensemen. But I think they are playing too much in those roles. Vlasic has been okay. For Alex Vlasic, I think there are a lot of people that thought he might have more of an impact this year. Wyatt Kaiser had an awesome start. The last 5 games, he hasn't been as good as he was in the beginning. That's not a knock on him. But these are 2 guys that should be your second best and your third best left-handed defenseman. And should be in the 3 and 4 pair and the 5 and 6 pair, and they're playing 1 and 2 and 3 and 4. And so I'm just wondering if the Blackhawks are really going to make a push to get better at that position, or are they just saying, let's ride it out? And Kevin, this is yours next year.
Maybe. I mean, there is a name out there. I'll throw it out there.
Please.
Completely hypothetical.
Does his last name begin with an H?
No.
Oh.
Okay.
Pavel Mintyuk from Anaheim. He's been in he's same draft class as Kevin Korchinski. He was 10th overall. He's 21 years old. Last year was ELC.
Nice, like it.
He's reportedly very angry. He's not playing in Anaheim. Probably just a combination of how Joel Quenneville coaches and being behind guys like Lacombe, Zellweger, and Ian Moore. He's in and out of the lineup. So I'm wondering, can he be a guy the Blackhawks look at? He's not going to be cheap. He's a former first-round pick. Like, you're probably going to have to give up a first-round pick to get him, and he's not bad at all. Yeah. He just hasn't played a lot, and he is a puck mover. If the Blackhawks were to make a trade for a left-handed defenseman, it's not to get immediately better, but it's definitely a trade that they're going to go, hey, I need to get better sooner rather than later. And Mintyukov makes the most sense to me if we're going to fill that out. Now, I don't believe it. I really don't. I feel like Anaheim, especially Anaheim and Chicago, these guys, I feel like they're just going to become Western Conference rivals very soon.
Yeah. The next game they play.
Oh, it's going to be great.
It's going to be a war. It's going to be amazing. Can't wait.
So I'm very hesitant to say that trade would go down, but that's the only guy that I could look at any list and be like, he fits the description of what we might be looking for, but I'm not going to buy it right now.
Unless you're sorry, the guy I was mentioning earlier was Ryan Lynn, Ryan Lynn, and he's right-handed. Sorry.
Yeah.
And I'm not saying you need to have a Norris candidate there.
Yeah.
But I just on that left side, it needs to be a little bit better. I mean, there's a name that we've even floated around a little bit at DM, but he's, he hasn't really stuck anywhere yet. And this would be his 3rd team at a young age. But a guy like Bowen Byram, would you give up on Kevin Korchinski if it meant you could have Bowen Byram? I don't know the answer to that. I really don't. I think that, Byram had in 82 games last year, he had 7 goals, 31 assists for 38 points, and was plus 11. That's a pretty darn good season for a guy who was 23. I think that he's still having a good season right now. We just don't know what Buffalo's going to do. If they're actually going to fire Sale or not. But I don't know. I think this is just something to keep an eye on. And I mean, folks, this isn't Nolan Allen. And it's probably not Ethan Del Mastro either. I think it is honestly Kevin Korchinski or somebody else to be that number 1 left-handed shot defenseman on the team.
I know Quinn Hughes is the big name that's going to be out whenever Vancouver makes him available. I don't think Davidson will be a player in that, but that would be interesting if he got involved in that.
I think everyone's just going to be really shy about that because of the idea that his contract is up soon and the fact that he might go play with his brothers in New Jersey. And I think that I don't know. I mean, I'd love it, but it's one of those you might only get him for so long and then he moves on. I don't know. I don't know. I think, they've locked up Vlasic for a long time. They got Wyatt Kaiser at a very good rate. If this is how Wyatt Kaiser plays this year and how he plays next year, extend him for 5 or 6 years and make him a bottom pairing defenseman. Do it.
Yeah.
I mean, that he would be perfect as your number 5 defenseman.
Yeah.
In that role. But I just like when those two guys are logging 20 minutes and then you get Grzelcyk out there every so often, it's that left side that's a concern.
Is Sam Rinzel back to being Sam Rinzel?
I mean, he's looked pretty good lately. I mean, since he sat, he's been excellent. I mean, I don't know. Let's look at how he's done since that sitting real quick
because I know he keeps getting penciled in as the 7th defenseman, at least on the skates. He's listed usually as 7.
Yeah. I mean, so what was the game that he didn't play? I can't even remember, but I mean, he played 13 minutes against Anaheim. He was fine. He was a +1. Had an assist against Nashville, played 17 minutes. I mean, had an assist when they lost in overtime, but played 14 minutes. I mean, they're still doing a good job of sheltering him. I don't play him 20 minutes a night. Play him 15 to 17 minutes a night. And they should do that. And, you can do that now because of what you're getting out of Levshunov and Crevier. I mean, they've been outstanding, and Connor Murphy's still healthy, which is great. So
if he keeps I love Connor Murphy, but if he keeps trying to murder everyone who hits a Blackhawk, I love that he's the first guy into the scrum and he's ready to rip somebody's head off. But maybe let Doc or somebody else be the lead every once in a while.
Just don't go down.
Yeah, don't get hurt.
No, right.
Although, I also think maybe Korchinski comes up.
Yeah, I mean, Levshunov on PP1 has been a huge plus.
Yeah,
that's been awesome. Before that, it was Rinzel on PP1. So then, but you do have, both power play groups. You have a right-shotted defenseman up top, and then on the other one, you have Bedard doing the opposite side. Matthews. You have Austin Matthews on the left side doing that action. You've got Bedard there, but you don't have a left-handed defenseman that can work a power play right now. Again, it's more of a want, maybe not a need, but it just seems like they're that one player away from really being, because when these other guys like Frondell and Kanserov come up, and even, some of the other prospects up front, it's going to be really exciting. And if you could have another guy up there, sorry, I'm talking way too much. My bad.
No, you're good.
No, ramble on like Zeppelin. Yeah. Anyway, big game for the Hawks tonight. Sean.
Yes.
What is your trivia question tonight? Why don't we do your trivia question?
Okay. Tonight's trivia question is, can you give, on this day, January 25th, the Blackhawks played their first game at the United Center. Can you give me the team and the year?
Holy shit, that's my birthday.
It was 1995. I know that because it was a strike-shortened season, and I believe it was either Joe Murphy or Bernie Nichols who got the first goal. Who did they play, though? This is
I think I know. Was it Toronto?
It is not Toronto.
Darn.
It is a Canadian-based team. I'll give you that.
Montreal.
Nope.
No.
Quebec.
No.
Vancouver Canucks.
It was the Edmonton Oilers.
Am I right about who got the first goal? Was it Bernie Nichols or was it Joe Murphy?
I don't know. First,
it was one of those two.
Let's see. I did not have that answer, and I apologize. I will have that answer here in a second. As soon as Google AI is searching. Joe Murphy was the first goal. Joe Murphy, historic power play marker. The Blackhawks went on to win 5-1.
Yeah, that was a good team.
Yeah.
Made it to the Western Conference Finals that year and lost in 5 to the Detroit Red Wings. Well, good stuff. That was a good trivia question. I like it. Jimmy, you were talking earlier about Elliot Friedman's podcast, The 32 Thoughts, and they were spending a lot of time on the Blackhawks yesterday. What was the topic of conversation there?
Yeah. Oh, wait, no, it was Daily Face-Off. Sorry. I got
okay.
Yeah. But they spent a lot of time talking about the Anaheim Ducks, and they spend a surprising amount of time talking about the Blackhawks being buyers. Now, I feel like in the last month, Blackhawks have gone through the biggest roller coaster so far. I mean, they spent first half of November, probably the best team in the NHL. We all talked about being buyers. Last 2 weeks, they've got one win. I think, 1-4-1 in the last 6 or something like that. So, but I forget the name of the host, but him and Carter Hutton were talking like, I think the Blackhawks should really just try for something, even if you miss the playoffs by 2 points.
Yeah, I saw that on TikTok.
Yeah. Where it was like, hey, like you gotta like show belief in these young squad and give them firepower. I wanted to bring this up on the pod, like, hey, should the Blackhawks do it? And what does it mean if they don't? And if they do, who they go for? Like I mentioned Michael Bunting out of Nashville. I like Michael Bunting a lot. When he played out against the Blackhawks on Friday, I kept special attention to him and he looked really solid.
Yeah.
I like the idea, but I'm also very hesitant because I know how much this team values its draft prospects and like draft picks. And I would hate to have a situation where Blackhawks make a trade and then 5 years down the line, we're going top 10 most lopsided trades at the NHL trade deadline. And here we are giving up a second round pick that became like a top 6, 30 goal scorer for the whole career for a guy that scored like 8 points in 20 games for the Blackhawks.
Right. Well, I think we can safely say that we know it wouldn't be a rental. Kyle Davidson wouldn't do that. All right. No. I really hope that'd be very out of character, out of scope philosophically if he traded and became a buyer for a guy whose contract was going to expire, who he couldn't retain after this year. With that in mind, I guess you kind of see where the team is at. I mean, as of now, they are on the outside looking in.
No, I thought they had the second wild card spot in the West.
I think you're wrong there. I think
they don't. The Kraken are ahead of them. The Blackhawks have 27 points and the Kraken have 28, and they're the second wild card spot.
Okay.
Right.
Yeah.
So right now they're on the outside looking in. Now, the circus trip back in the day, the West Coast trip used to be the trip that kind of make or breaks the season. Maybe this is that trip. I mean, they do have 4 games out West. If they can come home 2-2, they'll still be in a good spot. If they lay a big goose egg, then, who's to know what becomes of the team. But yeah, I don't know. I don't know. I also wonder, like, will they be able to sign Cancer off this spring and possibly bring Frondell in, or, maybe like a Sasha Boivin, though I don't think he's ready, but will those be additions where they can play games this spring and they'll be like, okay, you know what? Let's ride with these guys. It'll probably be after the deadline, unfortunately.
Mm-hmm.
But I don't know. That's a really good call, Sean. What do you think?
So I always, because I've been reading a bunch of hockey books lately, and I always go back to what Brian Burke says. Like he says, if you're going to make a trade, you acquire the right guy. Like Burke, when he was the GM of the Ducks, he acquired Pronger, in that, and that helped put him over the edge. So I think if they were going to make a trade, I think it would be a guy like you said, Andy, like a guy who could be here long term. I don't think they're going to be a short-term rental. If they do, it's something from the prospect pool that they don't, like Nolan Allen. Bard's the biggest fan of the Nolan Allen fan club. And unfortunately, I don't think he has a role on this team anymore. No, so if you want to flip him and a pick to try to acquire somebody that'll help you down the stretch, that's fine. I think that's something like Jimmy emphasized on last podcast. It's only in a certain scenario in the right deal. They're not going to mortgage the future for anybody currently. So unless I think it's a short-term trade, like Jimmy said last podcast. I think Berkey and I would agree that in the future, if they need to make a trade to put them over the edge, they would do it. But I think right now it's something short-term that maybe helps in the interim, but doesn't mortgage the long-term future and frees up a spot for a potential another draft pick to slot into Nolan's spot in the organization, because they're going to have to start cleaning out some of the guys in the organization.
I mean, and you also don't want to wait too long if you're going to do it this year. I mean, if you wait till the deadline when prices are sky high, then you're really, I mean, honestly, I would, if I was Kyle Davidson's assistant GM and he asked me what I thought, So what do you think? Should we do this or not? Unless it's something compelling that someone comes to you and presents to you as another GM, I would be tempted to just say, let's wait this out. We're not there right now. Like, we're not winning the Stanley Cup this year. Even if they get in, they will probably be bounced out pretty quickly. And just kind of go, let's ride this out and let's focus on the summer. I don't know.
Yeah. Would you, I know Jimmy said would acquire somebody. Would you sell? Would you trade Connor Murphy? Like at the deadline this year?
Yeah, sure. I guess. I don't know. I mean, who else? I mean, unless you're debating whether or not to keep going with 7D and who's that seventh, I guess you could bring up another lefty.
Korchinski.
You could bring up Korchinski. You could bring up Del Mastro. You can bring up Allen. I mean, if there's a market for Connor Murphy and you're not trading him, then I actually have an issue with that. If there's any sort of market for him, but it depends on Sean, the return. I mean, if it's Connor Murphy for another 4th or 5th round pick, I mean, I don't know.
He has an A on his chest for a reason. Like, this team likes him. Like, he's always. Sean joked about it earlier, but I always appreciate it. He's always in the scrums.
He always is.
His guys. These are his guys.
He isn't a contract year. I'd play that way if I was him. Yeah, I mean, if he's healthy, you could bring him back on the cheap for 2 years, maybe.
Yeah.
And while you're still working on Rinzel and Levshinov, that's not a terrible idea. Actually.
No.
I mean, I know on pods I've said I'm ready for the Connor Murphy era to be over, and I am, but I'm not like totally.
I'm not going to make the team worse to end the era.
No, right? No, he's not.
Yeah.
Now, I mean, if someone's clamoring for a Jason Dickinson as a 4th line center, and you can get someone in return, I'd be willing to entertain that.
Didn't I say he was getting 6 for 6? No, I'm kidding. I didn't say that. I just said I think he would be.
Yeah,
I think a 1 or 2 year deal.
1 or 2 years. You were very clear. 1 or 2 years.
1 or 2 years.
I was the one who gave you a hard time.
Yeah, and other people did too. But I think him, Dickinson, and Mikheyev, and Connor Murphy, if they all want to come back on 1 or 2 year deals, that's perfect. That's fine.
I mean, if you're not going to make the playoffs and someone throws you a 2nd round pick for Connor Murphy, you do it in a second.
Yeah.
In a second. You do that for Jason Dickinson in a second. Because
then you would have 5 2nd round, depending on if the 2nd rounder is this year.
But if it's anything less than that, like if it's a 3rd, definitely if it's a 4th or a 5th, I would actually call Connor Murphy and be like, what do you want to do?
Yeah. Do you want to
do you want to go to a contender and we can do this for you? Like he's been here since the Hjalmarsson trade. That was some time ago.
Yeah, it was
2018.
Yeah.
I mean, I think
at the NHL draft.
Yeah. I mean, I think there should be a certain amount of respect there where you say, do you want to go to here are your options. We can trade you right now and get poker chips, get late round poker chips for it. 'Cause you've never been in the playoffs.
Chips, not chicks.
Right. But the alternative is fine too. But would you make that move? Sorry. Would you I mean, he's never been in the playoffs ever.
Yeah.
Ever. What is he, 30 years old and he's never been in the playoffs?
No. And he's never even sniffed the play.
No. And so that's where I actually maybe, yeah. When you get close to that, you call him in, you say, what do you want to do?
And with Davidson's reputation, I know Jimmy's touched on it, Andy, and you've touched on it before. Davidson is essentially done that before. He did it to
Ryan
Donato. He did it for the defenseman. I can't remember who they traded.
Ryan Donato apparently did a lot of self-advocating for saying, I want to be here. I don't want to leave Chicago. I love it here.
Yeah.
Which is awesome.
It is awesome.
Are you talking about Seth Jones too, Sean? Were you talking about?
No, I mean Seth Jones. He traded him to Florida, but there was a defenseman who he traded to Colorado.
Jones wrote his own ticket.
Jack Johnson.
Jack Johnson. That's right.
Jack Johnson. Yeah. He traded him back to Colorado when he knew it wasn't going to work, and Johnson was happy with it. And everybody who's come through here that has been traded, they haven't said anything bad about Kyle Davidson, getting him to a place where they're, not welcome and not pulling a rant and we're saying, I don't want to be here when he gets to Carolina.
Yeah. Well, so Connor Murphy has played in 770 NHL games and we're mistaken. In 2020, in the COVID year, yes, the Blackhawks won the play-in series.
That doesn't count.
It counts statistically.
Oh,
yeah. I mean, they had the play-in series, and then they lost a series, and technically, according to the stats, that counts for 9 playoff games. So
I think
he has never been in the playoffs.
Should be an asterisk.
Yeah, he's been in the NHL. He's been in the NHL since 2013, 2014 season, and he has never been in the playoffs in a non-COVID year.
Non-COVID year, yes, the caveat there.
Yeah, so that's what we have to throw out there. But I would leave it up to him.
Yeah. So to bring this all back to Daily Faceoff, I love what's his name, Tyler Remchuk. Is that how you say his name? He hosts the show. The only thing I have to say, I don't believe in the idea that you have to buy it for like the symbolic. Like, I believe in you guys saying, like, I know the whole Dylan Larkin thing. I mentioned it last trade deadline where he's really disappointed in Steve Yzerman. The difference is the Blackhawks aren't the Red Wings, who have been missing expectations for like half a decade now.
The last time they made the playoffs, Jeff Blashill was their coach.
Yeah, like the Blackhawks and Red Wings of last year are completely different teams. I don't think you have to give this locker room symbolic victories. The victories this locker room understands comes from them. It doesn't come from getting, as much as I like him, it doesn't come from getting Michael Bunting for a third to put him on the bottom 6 and add some scoring. As much as I like him, I don't need that symbolic victory. I don't want Kyle Davidson going on the press conference like, I did this just to give this team a boost. This team should boost themselves.
Yeah, absolutely. I don't. Yeah.
You don't have to be boosted by your GM buying for you. Like, you boost yourself.
And I think they're going to get boosts from like when Lardis forces the issue to come up. That's another guy.
Yeah.
And Tab Branford, when he was on our pod several weeks ago, was saying like all these guys are friends. Bedard was checking on the prospects before they were here. They're all in text chains. They're all friends. They all are rooting for each other to play in the NHL. And it's only a matter of time before Lardis comes up and forces the issue. And yes, they have too many forwards right now, but he's going to force the issue and you're going to have to play him because he's scoring. And
if they make the playoffs this year with this roster without making a move, that's huge.
That is,
that's huge. Now, a lot has to happen. Obviously, for that to happen, I still think that we all agree that we and maybe that's just emotional insurance saying, well, they probably won't make it. But
I think even if they don't make the playoffs, if they come close, that's a success this season.
And then you've got reinforcements coming. Then Frondell signs, then Canceroff signs, then Lardis is a regular, and you can watch guys just walk out the door. Well, you do have to hit the floor. We'll figure that out at some point.
But you can make some, and then you could be like Davidson could be a gambler at the draft. Like he's gambled before on just on athletes like Mason West, who finally joined the Fargo Force in the USHL, whose name is changing. They filed something to change their name recently.
Okay.
You can take gambles like that. And he's like Jimmy has said, he's got 4 second-round picks.
He has 3 this year.
3, but 5 in the first 2 rounds.
Yeah, so he could if he views somebody who can impact the team next season or do like the Nazar plan and come up midway, he can make a move for that guy. Mm-hmm. And that's another boost to this roster.
Yeah.
So good things to come. Like it's good now. It's only going to get better.
Oh, for sure.
Only going to get better.
Yeah.
Choo-choo.
Hot take. Blackhawks do nothing in terms of trades.
I don't think they do anything.
The only trade I see them doing is actually boosting their AHL team because their forward depth is struggling.
They can do that.
I don't think anything happens till after the season.
What's Jerry Mayhew doing?
He's not on the team right now. He's back in Europe.
Yeah. So here's one last question before we wrap up tonight. And Sean, you brought this up earlier. Connor Bedard, does he keep an A when Nick Foligno comes back? And currently it's Foligno's the captain, Jason Dickinson, and Connor Murphy also wear A's with Bedard right now, who got the A as soon as Foligno went out. What do you think, Jimmy?
I think he relinquishes it. I think this team really likes his command structure of Foligno, Dickinson, and Murphy. I think those guys have earned the letters on their chest. I don't think as much as we malign Dickinson and Murphy sometimes for their play, they have not done anything that deserves relinquishing a letter. Bedard is probably going to start next year with at least a letter on his chest. I think that's a given, but let's wait till next year to make it permanent. I like this trial run. Let's take the trial run off. Let's go back. Let's have the regular captain two A's. I think it's been working fine. No reason to rock the boat. I think Bedard understands this is temporary. Let's keep it temporary until next year.
Yeah. I mean, you're only allowed up to 2. What do you say, Sean?
So I'm going to say I think he keeps the A.
So then who doesn't have it? Well, Dickinson or Murphy when one of the 2 gets hurt.
Yeah, I think Dickinson. I think you keep the A on Bedard just to show that, like, hey, kid, I know we believe in you. We believe in your leadership qualities, and I know that the A it may just be symbolic, but I think it's something to say, like, hey, we believe in you. Like we just talked about, like acquiring like a guy to show the team we believe him. I think this is, hey, we know you're going to be the captain of this team at some point, but we're going to keep the A on your chest because we believe in you and we believe in the young core of players that you're leading. Because he's the leader of that young group. Like he's the face of the franchise. And if you keep the A on him for a little bit longer this season, I think that's fine. I like it.
Now you are only allowed 2, up to 2. So it would mean Murphy or Dickinson is no longer wearing one. And so I think, Jimmy, to your point, I think Bedard is the first guy to stand up in the room and be like, this is off my jersey as soon as Nick comes in. Now, maybe one of the older guys says, no, it's not, put it back on.
Right.
a guy like Dickinson or
no, you earned
Murphy
it.
Says, no, you're putting that back on.
Yeah.
I don't know. Either way, he's going to have a letter on his jersey next year. I think it's going to be the C. The way that he has played this year and 200-foot game and winning. What is his faceoff percentage right now?
It's got to be.
It's got to be near 50%.
Yeah.
You know who
leads
in faceoff percentage this year?
What's that?
You know who leads the league in faceoff percentage this year?
No.
Jason Dickinson.
Old friend Jonathan Tays.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
Poor guy's
the only thing he's doing well right now.
He's playing second line minutes and he's not a second line player anymore.
Oh, you're gonna like Connor Bedard's current faceoff percentage.
Give it to me now.
50% on the dot.
Ooh.
50%. Okay, the scoring is one thing. Who saw that coming? Nobody.
Yeah.
Nobody.
I believe.
Put him on the wing. He doesn't have it. Blah blah blah.
And if you got,
I'm 50 years old, and I can kick.
Blasher was on Spit and Chicklets a while ago, and apparently when they interviewed him, he asked Bedard. He goes, "You're a center, right?" And he goes, "I'm a center."
Yeah.
And that was, and Blasher goes, "All right," end of the conversation. Like that was legitimately what all Blasher needed from him, and he's proven that he's a center this season.
He's awesome.
Yeah,
he's. I don't know. Ray may have been the one guy who was like, guys, he's gonna be 20 years old. This is it. He's gonna just break out this year.
Yep.
But I'm spitting Chicklets the other day too. I mean, when they had Biz on there, he's like, "There's no way this guy's not on the Olympic team."
Yeah.
He's like, "There's no argument for not having him on there."
There might actually be a protest if he doesn't make it.
It's just dumb.
Yeah,
it is.
Why would you leave? Like, did Hockey Canada not learn anything by what they did with the World Juniors last year?
Yeah. By the way, they were one overtime goal away from losing the Four Nations by losing to America twice. They were one Jordan Binnington robbery of Austin Matthews in
overtime. It was right there.
It was right there.
It was right there. And then this conversation would be totally different.
Yeah. The whole conversation at the World Championship should be, wow, this team needs a lot more young skill. And Bedard and Celebrini are like not knocking on the door. They're hitting the door with like the SWAT team, like door buster thing. Like it's a
different tournament. We've said it before. It is not drop the puck and drop the gloves. It's not how it's going to be played. The Olympics has always been played different rules. Any like hard shoulder check, they're going to look at as a headshot.
Yep. It's going to be a smaller ice, so skill is going to be even more prevalent.
I mean, I don't buy right now the fact that, well, if it was Olympic size, they would take Bedard, and since it's not, maybe they should. I don't buy that anymore. When he's winning puck battles right now in an NHL rink.
Yep.
It's just, I'm sorry, Konechny, no. Like
he's played really well.
If Connor Bedard is not on the Olympic team, it is negligence by Hockey Canada, period. And that's where I'm at. I think both he and Celebrini both go.
Yeah. And if that happens and they don't win gold, even if they medal, if they don't win gold, everyone's head's going to be on the guillotine. It's going to be like, well,
it doesn't matter.
Yeah. Everybody who's involved in Hockey Canada will be fired if they don't win the gold in the World Junior Championship too.
Yeah.
I don't know. USA hockey, I'm a little nervous. I mean, but Fox is now. I mean, I didn't love Fox in the Foreign Nations.
But he's hurt because Hagel laid him out.
Yeah, he's hurt, and I don't. I mean, it's been since 1980 for a gold medal.
Yeah,
for Team USA, it's been some time. They certainly have the tools. People will say that is the second best team, but I mean, have they medaled at the Olympics recently?
They had silver in 2010.
Silver in
2014, they lost it to Canada in the gold medal game in Vancouver. That was the last time they played, right?
That was
2010.
Sochi was 2014, right?
14, they didn't medal.
They didn't medal, but that was TJ Oshie's that was the whole
which on the sheet they were talking about with Merrick and Pierre Maguire. They were talking about, would you take Zegras just for his shootout ability? Because they say Zegras is like 60% in shootouts.
Oh yeah,
would you take him on Team USA? Just honestly, like Oshie was on that team for that reason.
Yeah, I mean the US has not medaled since 2010.
Yeah, I've watched a lot of Flyers games that go into overtime because I know if they go into shootout, I want to watch Zegras. I actually put the game on if they go into overtime because I just want to see if they make it to shootout. Because Zegras is insane.
He's insane. He might make the team just for that because Olympic games go to the shootout.
They do.
He might make the team because of that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Remember when I was calling for the Blackhawks to get Zegras? I feel very, very right about that, man.
What, that they should have gotten him?
Oh, I was on the Zegras hype train when he became available in the summer. I was all in. I was so into it.
Pierre Maguire was saying he thinks that the reason Zegras is excelling is because of Tocchet. He thinks because Tocchet was that guy. He was the assistant coach when Kessel and Malkin were together in Pittsburgh, and Tocchet was the guy who would always get through to Kessel and help Kessel reach that next level. So I think everybody attributes Zegras kind of coming out party to what Tocchet has instilled in him thus far. At least that's what Pierre Maguire and Jeff Merrick were saying. But, Pierre Maguire, that guy, he would list it off like where Jimmy went to grade school by now. So
I'm surprised he doesn't know already.
Yeah.
Old weirdo.
Well, good stuff. We got less than an hour till puck drop in Vegas, and I don't know. Hopefully, the Hawks can surprise. Well, actually, the Hawks don't surprise anybody anymore. I think
no.
People know who they're playing against now, and
I'd like a good start. Like the last two games, Friday night against Nashville and Sunday against Anaheim, they started slow. Yeah. And that's been uncharacteristic of this Blackhawks team. They got to start fast.
Yeah, I mean, I would love if they chase Carter Hart from the net. I mean, he hasn't played in a while. You have to come out blazing and aggressive and get pucks to the net, get traffic in front of him, shoot from everywhere. He hasn't played an NHL game in some time. Just get after it right away. Yeah. Cool. Well, thanks for listening tonight, folks. Go Hawks. We'll be back next week. And hopefully by then they'll have a couple notches on their belt in their West Coast trip. Big 4 games coming up, starts tonight. It'd be great to get the first one on this 4-game swing. I'm Andy Campbell. He's Sean. He's Jimmy. Follow their Twitter handles. Follow the Rink Stuff. All our DMing and articles. Yep. And 500level.com. Thank you for your support at Mally Jimmy, Diesel 3426, and Andy Campbell 16. Follow us. All right, folks. Have a good night and go high.